How's it, guys? Welcome to my home studio. My name is Kelly, for those of you that are new here. And today, I am going to share a different pen. A new pen that I've never inked up before or shown on the internet, that is. So, I got this from Goulet Pens on November 25th, 2020. Are you ready? Obviously, you can see it's a Conklin. Feast your eyes on this beauty. Came with this little pipette. I have a bunch of these. This is a little bit different shape than my other one. But I have, I'm using an eyedropper one right now. But my old one finally gave out. It's like this one. Here it is. And it has a crack in it. But I have several of them. But it's always, they come in handy. This one's a little bit longer, mine. But anyway, now I'll have the option because as of late I've been using the glass eyedropper. So, and I've already taken this apart and all of that. And I've cleaned it and everything. Comes in a nice cushy little box. Nice little bed, if you will. Which I am not going to put it in there, but I will keep this pen case and I'll just stow it away. I don't tend to use those kinds of pen cases for supply storage, micro organizing, or stickers or anything, but I'll keep that one just in case. So here she is. I think we can come a little bit closer. There. So this is the Conklin Duragraph fountain pen demonstrator in rose gold limited edition, and I was able to snag on the pen instead of having to buy an extra like I did last time with my Conklin, an Omniflex nib. So I have an Omniflex nib with a different Conklin, but I actually, where is it? If it's handy, I will show it to you. I bought a spare nib because they were sold out, but they had spare nibs, so you can just change it out. Where is she? She's hiding. Maybe it's inked up somewhere. Yeah, she's hiding somewhere. So she's probably in my planner or in one of my pouches because it's not right here. But anyway, this is my second Duragraph. And I really like the rose gold. That's my very favorite metal. Oh, here it is. Now, this one, it's also rose gold. It's black and rose gold. And it has a frosted texture on it. As you can see, it scratches up really, really easily. And there's, I mean, you can just be so gentle, you know, it happens. But I try to keep it nice. So there she is in all her glory. And here's my other one. But it's not an Omniflex that I have on it. I can't remember what it is. I'm not going to look. But, yeah. So, I thought I would ink it up with this Jacques Herbin ink. And I posted an update on my channel here because I thought I had used this in a different pen, the Kaweco Violette. So I posted an update about that, but it was not the Herbin one, it was the Pastaye, this one. But anyway, so I thought I would go ahead, and I've already swatched this a long time ago, go ahead and fill it up with this beautiful ink. So Jacques Herbin Encre Violette Parfum Violet. Gorgeous. So, and it's a clear demonstrator in rose gold, so you can put any old color you want in it, as it were. But yeah, it smells divine, and I really like it. I like both of those inks. I'm just trying to see if which pen I've actually used it in, because I know I must have filled it up before. Well, again, this is actually the Pastel here. It could be in my other logbook, but I'll just peruse quickly through here and see if I spot it. Nope, that's again the Pastel, because I love it. Okay, and again Pastel. So it's probably in my other logbook, or it was one, never filled, or two, this is my Leach term. I had to tip in my couple of my old books. That's why you see that December prompt from One Little Word from Mally Edwards. Here's the Rose Tenderies. That is the Amnethette de la Aurel. Pardon my French, literally. That's funny. Oh, here she is. So I haven't used this since 2019, and I had it in my TWSBI Diamond 580 ALR, I think it's called. The tape has stolen the ink right off the page, as you can see. Purple fountain pen, medium nib. Okay. Wow. That's a long time ago. Over 2 years. So, let's do it, shall we? Long overdue. This is a beautiful color, too. So here it is. And I'm happy about it. And it wasn't on my radar until I discovered the conundrum of the Kaweco pen, that I had actually filled it up with the Pastel as opposed to the Herbin. So yeah, in English it's just violet purple. It's very nice. And it smells absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to take this off. I've never used this pen before. I just washed it and I added the converter in. Can't wait to play with this Omniflex nib. You have to do it a couple times to get the ink in. Yeah, it's definitely submerged below that little feed hole opening, puka, as it were. I might just have to do this one-handed here. There it is. I'm being risque for me, but I'm gonna fill it up because I love not only, listen to this, not only the pen, but the ink. And I have a lot of pens filled up, but I cannot resist. And I'm doing it. I did it. I tried to be ultra conservative with my ink because I don't want to waste any, but, and I won't waste this, but, and so I don't usually fill it up all the way unless it's a work pen. But in this case, I'm going for it, and I went for it, and it feels good. A little bit of a freedom. We used to say, cry freedom, cry freedom, from that movie with Will Smith, Shark Tales. Cry freedom, cry freedom. That's what pops into my head when I fill it all the way up, because I'm allowing myself to do it. I'm being free about it. But that's a little tidbit about my quirkiness, I suppose. I can smell the ink bottle all the way over here. And I'm a little bit aback, just the way I have it set up at this moment. My desk moves all the time and I rearrange things. I've mentioned that before, so I'm trying to get my feels on, as it were, with my setup. And the only way to do that is by using it, you know. So, and see what I like and what I don't like. But I digress always. Okay. Okay, so what I'll do is I will write it out in my logs, speed that part up, and I'll catch you guys at the end and we'll have a little chit chat. I'm back. Okay, so I have my Lidstrom 1917 and my Superior Labor Co. E5 case. And here is the writing sample here. And I, of course, went verbose again. I could not contain myself. And it smells so good. It's just divine. I love it. So it absorbed nicely into this paper, as I anticipated. And then, this is my Foxy Fix and Ochre. Then, in my Taroko Shop Enigma, this is my swatch book for ink only. This is what I'm inked up in. Absorbed it again nicely into the paper. It's a much lighter color than the L'Artisan Pastel Purple Violet. This is the Violet Purple, and it's the Herbin. They're both really pretty inks, though. And then my absolute favorite paper so far. If anybody knows anything that's even smoother than Tomoe River paper, let me know in the comments down below. If you care to share, I'd love to know that, because this is my all-time favorite for many years, even before I filmed videos. Love Hobonichi. And I love the Tomoe River paper. And I have other Tomoe River paper from different makers, but I like this the best. And I got several of these yellow notebooks. You can see the little yellow right there. And it's just smooth, like a baby's bottom, if you will. As it were, smooth sailing whenever you write. And I really, really appreciate that. I can definitely feel the difference going from the Enigma and the Lidstrom onto this paper. It's huge. I mean, I can feel that with my hand through the pen, you know, when I'm writing. So this is my favorite paper. And if you've watched any older videos of mine, I have a lot of different Japanese paper. And a lot of papers that I've picked up. So, and there's a couple of them that are a notebook that's full of all different kinds of paper in one book. I got that a while ago from Goulet Pens. That's a fun way to play with paper and see what you like. But I come back to this. So if there's anything superior to this, please let me know. And I do have this gem. This is, well, there it is, right there. The Onion Skin Journal. I have yet to try this. This is onion skin paper. So feels really good. I felt the paper, but I haven't written on it yet, so I'm gonna start journaling in that and see how I fare. Because I have a 5-year Hobonichi that I use to journal in. But sometimes, for me personally, we're going off on a tangent here, but whatever. It's all good. For me personally, I don't like having my space on paper dictated to me. And with the 5-year Hobonichi, I love that it's all in one book. Yes, don't get me wrong, but it's a limited amount of space. So if I want to write more, or if I want to write less, or embellish, or whatever, I like having the freedom of having as much paper as my heart desires and going from there. So, but I do love the paper. I just absolutely adore it. So, we'll see. This is something that's new. They have other paper that's a little bit hard to get your hands on. I haven't gone through my whole stash because who knows, I could have some old typewriter paper from back in the day, but it's costly, you know, on eBay and what have you. But it comes up, so But this is a nice alternative because you want to have something that you can use over and over and over, right? So, there's that. And we're all pen people here, I imagine, if you're watching this channel. Or planner, you're a planner person or a journaling person, or a stationary person, then you're in the right place, let me tell you. But this is the Omniflex nib, and I did learn how to hand letter. It's been a while, honestly, because I'm still setting up my August, and I always hand letter. I try, not always, but I tend to hand letter all of my titles and things like that, but I use a different marker. I use a brush pen. So, but it's the same concept. When you're hand lettering, down is, and you don't want to go too hard because you don't want to ruin this nib. Oh my gosh. Okay. Down strokes are thick and up strokes, pardon me, are thinner. That's the concept of it. Now, I did buy a calligraphy book, and let me see if it's handy, but I haven't started practicing. I showed it a long time ago, and then life happened, you know. So, I do have it. No, that's my coffee table book from, oh, here it is. This is called The Art of Brush Lettering, a stroke-by-stroke guide to the practice and techniques of creative lettering and calligraphy. And I have another one. Oh, there it is. That's not, this isn't the one I was looking for. This one is. This, sorry guys. But this one is the one that I've already started reading. Pardon me. This is the one I just said, but this is the one I meant. And I have a whole slew of lettering books and calligraphy books, but this is the one that stood out the most, at least that I saw. I mean, there's so many on the market. But anyway, this is called Mastering Modern Calligraphy, Beyond the Basics, 2,700 Pointed Pen Exemplars and Exercises for Developing Your Style by Molly Suber-Thorpe. And incidentally, she's also the author of Modern Calligraphy. So I have started this book, and I spent a long time searching and searching for which book. But look at all these different types and styles. This is an easy to read book. I like it a lot. So lots of references. So that I have yet to implement. So anyway, I highly recommend it if you want to learn calligraphy like I do. I mean, there's so many things I want to learn, but there's only 24 hours in a day, you know. And if you work full time, hobbies are always on the back burner, right? So, but I will try as I can to fit that in. So, I just thought I would. It's been on my mind, so I thought I would just share that. So, alright, so this is my new pen. I'm gonna say love it so far. Writing with it feels a little stiff to me because I have old vintage pens that are gold, actual gold nibs that I started with, and it just feels better in my hand. But I still like the pen. It's beautiful. I love the Demonstrators, as I've said, and then rose gold is a nice touch. So instead of ruining vintage gold nibs for practicing, because that happens, right? Because maybe you press too hard or something like that. I have this one. Better to have to replace the Omniflex nib that's easily accessible and inexpensive, relatively speaking, compared to this. But in my opinion, I like this one best. The gold nibs, they just have nice flex to them. Here's another one. Yeah, this one's a Waterman. I've shown a lot of my pens, so I'm sure if you want to go down the fountain pen playlist, you could, if you choose. But yeah, but in terms of practicing it, this would be your best bet, because you could replace it more easily. So, all right. But anyway, so hopefully I can get that incorporated into my life, not just reading the book, but actually practicing calligraphy and learning the basics. So that's my aim. But again, you know, life is so, as you guys, I'm sure, are very busy people too. I just wish things were a little bit more slow and less complicated in life. But, you know, that's a story time for the future, I suppose we could say. But yeah, it just seems like time is going by so fast, and I just remember a time when life was just much slower and simpler, you know. So, but in any way, there she is. I like the pen. I love the ink. It smells divine in my room. I have a little room I made into a studio. I've worked very, very hard doing it. My husband, he moved all the furniture for me and got it for me and things like that. So, and it's jam-packed, chock-a-block full of all of my favorite things in here. So I love spending time in here. And I try to keep on top of my organization, but my project table is my nemesis, if you will, because it is the landing ground for everything. But I'm working on it slowly but surely, and hopefully not adding anything else to it. So, but that is it for now, and I'm a little chatty Cathy tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw, feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe, and let me know if you're a proficient calligrapher, if you care to share, what nib you prefer using. Like the book that I'm reading here, it has a lot of recommendations in it for nibs. Let me just show you real quick. There's a nice image in here of nibs. And see that? I have several of these. You can get those off Jet Pens very, very easily and readily. Free shipping, I don't remember. They've changed. It used to be $25. Here it is. $25 free shipping, but they changed that after with COVID. Here's a beautiful image, and it says popular pointed nibs. So their recommendations are here. Zebra G. And it goes from stiff to somewhat flexible, because I prefer very extra flexible. Here we go. Leonard Principle. extra flexible, very fine hairlines, very heavy swells. And then in this book, it also has a directory of where you can get these from. So I know I looked it up at one point, and then I just never put my foot on the gas, as it were, to get it, because I just wasn't at a point that I was ready to do that. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just start by using the Omniflex that I already have, and then practice, and then if I get better, because I have these, the pen nib holder, so I will just need a proper nib proper in terms of what my preferences are, which are very flexible, like the gold nib. Then I could go from there and use that. Okay, I'm really done this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye. Peace out.